Hi guys, Author Daniels back again with Loud and Clear, Part 9. Okay, so the last video I was talking about identify as quick as you can whether or not this person is somebody who you can commit to. I was remiss in not saying that ask your questions. None of them are stupid. Ask those questions. That's the only way you're going to learn quicker who this person is that you're attempting to connect with, because in the beginning it is blissful. In the beginning, the hugs are great, the kisses are great, the activity is fantastic. If you're engaging in the activity, at least it should be, and if it isn't, then you know right away we can stop things right here. But anyway, getting back on track. It's wise to ask your questions, whether you're the type of person who questions annoy them and you're like me and you think that the more time you spend together, the more you'll learn things. You waste a lot of time like that. And which is another reason why when the guy told me I was a time waster, I do, but if I'm wasting my own time, then I'm okay with it. I don't like anybody else wasting my time. I can waste my time because it's my time to waste. So, yeah, I have that double standard. And I like me. So I'm going to do me at all times. And the other day, back in the day, I had the Lord, and I'm just going to say the Lord because that's just what I refer to it. Other people have other things, but I say the Lord. And the Lord speaks to me prophetically and most of the time through dreams. Years ago, before my first marriage, actually, it was during my first marriage, I had a dream that I was running through a field. I was being pursued. I was being pursued by a wild boar. And I'm just running, running, running. And the wild boar catches up to me and it passes through my body and I fall to the ground. I get back up and I immediately start running again. And I can hear behind me, I'm being pursued. I look back. It's a bear. So I'm running. Again, the bear catches up to me and passes through me. I fall to the ground. I get back up. I start running again. I'm being pursued this third time by a lion. And I look back. I see the lion. I turn. I'm running, 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 running. And just before the lion catches up with me, I turn around and I say, stop. And the lion disappears. And then I woke up. Now that was a prophetic dream, but I interpreted it to mean that I was going to have three major loves in my life. Well, I applied everything to that. I'm like, you're not the one because you're only the second love of my life. So you're the boar. Here comes the bear. And then the third love of my life is going to be the lion. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have lovers in between. But if that's what it means, well, I have yet to meet the lion. And and I do feel like I'm growing up in age is still running, 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 trying to pursue something while being pursued. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what that meant. So if any of you out there has a better understanding of what that means, please, by all means, let me know because this author is clueless. And then the other day, I had another prophetic dream, which I'm not exactly sure how I should apply this one, but this one, I saw the face of a man and I know who the man was. And they were participating in an activity that I didn't know how I felt about it. And so I watched, but I heard a voice say, the way you receive negative and positive. So I looked back at the activity so that I could attempt to discover or determine how I felt about it. Did I feel positive about it or did I feel negative about it? And then I woke up. So I'm like, in many things in this life, it is our exposure to things is subject to how we interpret it. Are we receiving positive from it, or are we receiving negative? And however you feel is real and it's right. And I used to let people tell me, well, how you're feeling is wrong. And when I grew up, I learned that how I'm feeling isn't wrong. How I'm feeling is right. How you feel is always right, even if you've interpreted or perceived it incorrectly and that wasn't meant, and it can be explained to you that that was not the intention, and then you can receive that and understand that. But as you're receiving it, however it's making you feel, it's not a wrong emotion, it's right. And if you feel like somebody's telling you something that isn't true, and then you later find out that they were telling you the truth, it was still right for you to feel the way you feel. Your feelings are valid. And I used to think I'm such a strong person, I could put somebody else's feelings above my own. Again, I I participated in some goofy things coming up. But now I love me, I love myself. And I'm not going to put anybody else's feelings above mine. I'm not going to negate how I feel just to make you feel comfortable, or you feel positive. Whatever you're doing, if it's having a negative impact on me, I'm going to address that issue as what I perceive it to be. You can interject and tell me, well, no, that's not what it was something else. But if I'm still not convinced that it's something else, or if I'm still feeling the same way, my feelings, my emotions are valid. If what makes me cry makes you laugh, that's your business. But I was hurt by that activity. So that makes it real. That makes it a painful situation for me. And in relationships, I would recommend that you don't lose yourself. Don't let anybody tell you how you feel, because only you know how you feel. Only you know what that activity is doing to you. So evaluate yourself. I listened to a TikToker who says something about live yourself, love yourself, or something else, but I like her and I like it when she says that because it's true. You got to be true to yourself. And if you can't be true to yourself, how can you be true in a relationship? You can't. If somebody's telling you, well, I don't like that you do this and or that, and then you say, well, okay, I'm going to change who I am to make me more acceptable for that other person, you lose yourself. It isn't worth it. It doesn't matter which way it goes. If you're changing yourself for a man, or if a man is changing himself for a person, anytime you have to change who you are to make yourself more acceptable for somebody else, there's no reward in that. You're never going to get anything. There's no growth in it. There's no life in it. There's nothing. I need to feel that whoever I decide to spend the rest of my life with, that I accept that person. And that person, I'm not trying to change that person. Of course, you're going to change together in a relationship. But if on the upfront you're trying to change somebody to make them acceptable to you, that's narcissistic behavior. And that's not a healthy relationship. And people deserve to be in healthy relationships. And if I would give any advice, I would give that advice because it's important. It's important to know who you are, and it's important to love yourself. And if you meet another person and there's something that they're doing that you know that you cannot accept, walk away, because to stay is to hurt them, and it's toxic.